Brain health is something many people only start thinking about later in life, but doctors say the habits you follow today can affect how your brain works decades from now. Dementia is one of the fastest growing health concerns in the United States and around the world. According to global health experts, millions of people develop conditions like Alzheimer's disease every year. While aging is the biggest risk factor, researchers say lifestyle choices can still play a powerful role in protecting your brain. Neurologists often explain that brain health is deeply connected to overall health. The same habits that protect your heart, support your metabolism, and strengthen your immune system also help protect your brain. When your body is healthy, your brain receives better blood flow, more oxygen, and the nutrients it needs to function properly. Doctors who study dementia often follow certain daily habits themselves because they understand how important prevention can be. These habits are simple, practical, and supported by growing scientific research. The encouraging news is that protecting your brain does not require complicated treatments. Small daily choices, repeated over time, may help support memory, focus, and long-term cognitive health. Dementia does not usually appear suddenly. In many cases, changes in the brain begin years or even decades before symptoms become noticeable. Doctors explain that several factors can increase the risk over time. The most important one is age. As people grow older, the chances of developing conditions like Alzheimer's disease naturally increase. However, age is not the only factor involved. Genetics can also influence risk. Some people inherit genes that may make them more vulnerable to certain brain diseases. Early education, long-term health conditions, and even socioeconomic factors can also shape brain health later in life. Medical researchers emphasize that while some risks cannot be changed, many others can be influenced by everyday choices. Scientists studying dementia have identified multiple modifiable risk factors. These are lifestyle or health factors that people can improve or manage. For example, high cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, smoking, excessive alcohol use, and physical inactivity have all been linked to increased dementia risk. Vision loss and hearing problems have also been added to the list in recent medical research. The key message from brain health experts is simple. Even though some risks are beyond our control, many daily habits can help support long-term cognitive health and possibly reduce the chances of future decline. Protect your heart to protect your brain. Doctors who specialize in brain health often say a simple rule: what is good for your heart is usually good for your brain. The brain relies on a healthy network of blood vessels to deliver oxygen and nutrients to billions of brain cells. When blood circulation is strong and stable, the brain can function more efficiently. Problems that affect the heart and blood vessels can also damage the brain over time. Conditions such as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes can gradually harm blood vessels throughout the body, including those that supply the brain. When these vessels become narrowed or damaged, the brain may receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients. Researchers have found that people with untreated cardiovascular conditions often face a higher risk of memory decline and dementia later in life. That is why doctors strongly encourage regular health checkups and early management of these conditions. Maintaining heart health often involves simple daily habits: eating balanced meals, limiting foods high in unhealthy fats, staying physically active, and keeping cholesterol levels under control all support both heart and brain health. By protecting the health of your blood vessels, you also protect the system that nourishes your brain. Over time, these habits can help support memory, thinking ability, and long-term cognitive function. The power of regular exercise. Doctors often describe physical activity as one of the most powerful tools for protecting brain health. Regular movement does far more than strengthen muscles or improve fitness. It also supports the brain in several important ways. When you exercise, your heart pumps more efficiently and increases blood flow throughout the body, including the brain. This improves circulation, delivers oxygen and nutrients that brain cells need to function properly. Over time, regular physical activity may also help support the growth of new neural connections. Research has shown that people who remain physically active tend to maintain better memory, attention, and problem-solving abilities as they age. Exercise may also help increase the size and health of the hippocampus, a region of the brain that plays a critical role in learning and memory. Brain health specialists often recommend moderate physical activity for about 30 minutes on most days of the week. This could include activities like brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or light strength training. The most important factor is consistency. Choosing an activity that you genuinely enjoy makes it easier to stay active long-term. Regular exercise not only supports brain health, but also improves mood, reduces stress, and contributes to overall well-being. The brain needs social connection. Human brains are naturally wired for social interaction. Talking, listening, sharing ideas, and connecting with others all activate different regions of the brain. Because of this, doctors say that maintaining strong social connections is an important part of protecting long-term brain health. When people regularly interact with friends, family members, or community groups, the brain is constantly processing language, emotions, and memory. These mental activities help keep neural networks active and engaged. In contrast, long periods of loneliness or isolation can reduce mental stimulation and may increase stress levels. Research has shown that individuals who maintain frequent social contact tend to experience slower memory decline compared to those who feel socially isolated. Social interaction may also help improve mood and reduce the risk of depression, which itself can affect cognitive function. Staying socially active does not require large gatherings or complicated plans. Simple activities like calling a friend, having dinner with family, joining a local club, or volunteering in the community can provide meaningful connection. Even small, regular interactions can stimulate the brain in positive ways. Over time, these moments of conversation and shared experiences help support memory, communication skills, and emotional well-being, all of which contribute to healthy cognitive aging. Keep your brain learning. The human brain thrives on challenge. Just like muscles become stronger when they are used, the brain stays healthier when it is regularly engaged in learning and problem solving. Doctors who study dementia often encourage people to keep their minds active throughout life. Learning something new stimulates the brain by creating fresh neural connections. When you read a new book, solve a puzzle, learn a musical instrument, or explore a new skill, different parts of the brain must work together. These activities strengthen communication between brain cells and support cognitive flexibility. Research suggests that mentally stimulating activities may help build what scientists call cognitive reserve. This means the brain develops stronger networks that may help it better handle age-related changes later in life. The key is to challenge the brain with something that requires real thinking. Activities that involve learning, creativity, or problem solving are especially beneficial. This could include writing, painting, learning a new language, playing strategy games, or studying a topic that interests you. Making learning a regular habit helps keep the brain active and adaptable. Over time, these mental challenges support memory, attention, and the brain's ability to process information effectively as you age. Engage your senses. Your brain constantly processes information coming from your senses. Sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste all provide important signals that help the brain understand and interact with the world. Doctors say regularly engaging these senses can help stimulate different areas of the brain and support long-term cognitive health. For example, listening to music activates multiple brain regions related to memory, emotion, and pattern recognition. Enjoying nature, touching different textures, or even smelling flowers can trigger complex sensory responses inside the brain. These experiences encourage brain cells to communicate and stay active. Hearing and vision are especially important when it comes to maintaining brain health. Studies have found that untreated hearing loss may increase the risk of cognitive decline over time. When hearing or vision becomes weaker, the brain receives less sensory information, which can reduce mental stimulation. That is why doctors recommend regular eye exams and hearing checks, particularly as people get older. Maintaining healthy sensory function ensures the brain continues receiving the signals it needs to stay engaged. Simple daily experiences such as listening to music, cooking a flavorful meal, or spending time outdoors can all stimulate the senses and help keep the brain active and responsive. Protect your brain from injuries. Protecting the brain from injury is another important habit that doctors emphasize when discussing long-term cognitive health. Even a single serious head injury can have lasting effects on the brain. Research shows that moderate or severe traumatic brain injuries may increase the risk of cognitive decline or dementia later in life. The brain is a delicate organ that relies on stable physical protection. When the head experiences a strong impact, brain tissue can be damaged, and this damage may affect memory, concentration, and other cognitive abilities. In some cases, the effects of an injury may not appear immediately, but can influence brain health years later. Because of this, doctors recommend taking simple precautions to reduce the risk of head injuries. Wearing protective helmets during activities such as cycling or certain sports can significantly significantly lower the chance of serious trauma. In daily life, preventing falls is also very important, especially as people age. Maintaining good balance, staying physically active, and keeping living spaces safe and organized can help reduce fall risks. Even small steps like improving lighting in the home or removing obstacles from walkways can make a difference. By protecting the brain from physical injuries, you help preserve the structures responsible for memory, thinking, and decision-making. Prioritize quality sleep. Sleep plays a crucial role in maintaining healthy brain function. While many people think of sleep simply as a time for rest, doctors explain that the brain remains very active during this period. Important processes take place while you sleep that help maintain memory, learning ability, and overall cognitive health. During deep sleep, the brain performs a kind of internal cleaning process. It clears away waste products and toxic proteins that build up during the day. Some of these substances have been linked to neurological diseases, including Alzheimer's disease. Getting consistent, high-quality sleep allows the brain to remove these harmful materials more efficiently. Sleep also helps strengthen memories. Information that you learn during the day is organized and stored while you sleep, allowing the brain to process experiences and reinforce important neural connections. One common problem that affects sleep quality is excessive screen time before bed. The blue light from phones, computers, and televisions can interfere with the body's natural sleep signals. Doctors often recommend turning off screens a few hours before bedtime. Creating a calm, dark, and quiet sleeping environment can also improve sleep quality and help support long-term brain health. Regular health checkups and nutrient balance. Doctors who specialize in brain health often emphasize the importance of regular medical checkups. Many health conditions that affect the brain can develop slowly and may not show obvious symptoms at first. Routine medical visits allow doctors to detect potential problems early and take steps to manage them before they become more serious. One important part of these checkups is blood testing to monitor vitamin and nutrient levels. The brain depends on a steady supply of nutrients to function properly. Vitamins such as vitamin B12, vitamin D, vitamin C, and vitamin E all play important roles in supporting nerve cells and maintaining communication between neurons. If the body becomes deficient in certain nutrients, brain cells may struggle to transmit signals effectively. Over time, this can affect memory, concentration, and overall cognitive performance. Doctors may recommend dietary adjustments or targeted supplements if a deficiency is detected. However, experts also caution that vitamins alone are not a cure for cognitive decline. Maintaining balanced nutrition as part of a healthy lifestyle is the most effective approach. Regular health monitoring, combined with healthy habits, can help support brain function and allow people to address potential issues before they significantly affect cognitive health. When doctors talk about protecting the brain, one message appears again and again. Brain health is closely connected to everyday lifestyle choices. There is no single magic solution that guarantees protection from dementia, but many small habits can work together to support long-term cognitive health. Taking care of the heart, staying physically active, maintaining strong social connections, and continuing to learn throughout life all help stimulate and support the brain. Protecting the brain from injury, getting quality sleep, and monitoring overall health through regular medical checkups can also play an important role. Scientists continue to study how lifestyle factors influence brain aging. Research suggests that when multiple healthy habits are practiced consistently, they may significantly reduce the risk of cognitive decline later in life. The encouraging part is that many of these habits are simple and achievable. Small changes made today can support brain function for years to come. Protecting brain health is not only about preventing disease, but also about maintaining memory, focus, and independence as people grow older. In the end, caring for the brain means caring for the whole body and making choices that support long-term well-being.